Shalom. Call Aloyim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rachak Udash. The belongings to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, so on TikTok, what you're looking at is a video of a judge's house that's been caught on fire, or a lot of people are saying set on fire. And it says South Carolina's judge's home catches on fire after issuing a ruling against the Trump administration. So let's check this one out, and then we'll watch two more, and we'll grab some precepts.
You can hear this thing burning.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good view of it. And now we're going to watch this news station speak on it a little bit.
An investigation is underway after the home of a South Carolina judge went up in flames over the weekend. It happened in Edisto Beach, about an hour south of Charleston. The home is owned by Judge Diane Goodstein, who serves as the state circuit court. Officials say 3 people were injured in the fire, including Goodstein's husband, former Democratic State Senator Arnold Goodstein. Judge Goodstein made news last month after issuing a ruling blocking South Carolina from handing over millions of voters' personal data to the Department of Justice. An investigation.
Yeah, so basically this judge ruled against the Trump administration, just like she mentioned, blocking South Carolina from sending over the personal information of apparently, I guess, a huge amount of South Carolina voters. And now all of a sudden, randomly, out of nowhere, sometime a few days, a week or two later, people were saying it was within 1 week, her house is set on fire after she ruled against the Trump administration. So why am I bringing this out? Because what we're looking at is a house divided against itself, a kingdom divided against itself. And we know the scriptures say that that kingdom cannot stand. They're not on one accord right now, especially seeing everything that's going on with ICE. You have all these different senators and judges. They're all like, what's going on? We didn't vote for this. MAGA is upset that they're MAGA. So we're looking at the scriptures and prophecies being played out right before our very eyes. And this gives us confidence in knowing that this place, America, Babylon the Great, is on its way out when you see certain things like this. Now let's watch one more video, and then we'll grab some precepts.
We've got more breaking news. Donald Trump's White House is now threatening to throw judges, prosecutors, and states' attorney generals in prison as terrorists if they disagree with the Trump agenda. Trump's, I don't even know what to call this guy, Stephen Miller, top White House guy who came up with this entire fascist martial law plan, is now saying they are going to treat as terrorism, that there's a growing terrorist movement in this country, that we're all terrorists, and we're being protected by far-left judges, prosecutors, and attorney generals, all Democrats. He has now declared Democrats to be terrorists. He is going to be throwing Democrats in jail. This is so beyond dangerous. This is actually way beyond fascism. We're now getting into 1930s territory. We're getting into 1930s Germany territory. We're getting into Soviet territory. We're getting into communist territory. This is, folks, pay a lot of attention to what's going on with these people, because this is dangerous as hell. He is going to use the power of government to throw anybody and everybody in prison who disagrees with him. Incredibly dangerous stuff here. We've got more breaking news. Donald Trump's White House.
Yep, so there you have it right there. So it's no coincidence. You have that judge, and I believe her husband, they said, was like some kind of Democratic senator. I don't know. But apparently he had to jump out the window and he hurt his foot or his leg, something like that. So he was actually in the house when it was set on fire. But she rules against the Trump administration. Her house mysteriously is set on fire. And then you have this guy, Stephen Miller, coming out and calling Democratic judges and prosecutors and attorney generals terrorists, especially if they vote against the Trump administration. Yeah, so everything is just fully out there right in front of our faces, and the scriptures are basically jumping off the page. And if they're willing to do this against quote unquote their own, right, people that are in the government with them, what are they going to do against us? Just some average, regular citizens, people that they don't even deem valuable or important in society. Eventually, that persecution is going to come towards us, and the things that we're saying, they're going to eventually look at us as, oh, terrorists. These are domestic terrorists. They're threats. We have to remove them. And the Bible prophesies about all of that. But I'm going to throw this away now, and I'm going to stick to the point that I wanted to make with this video, which is that you have this kingdom divided against itself. And that came out of Yahushai's own mouth. This is Luke 11, verse 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So we know off of this word alone, off of this precept alone, America cannot stand. It's had a very long, good run. It was the greatest kingdom that the world has ever seen. But guess what? Prophecy states at a certain point in time, this place is going to lose in World War III. And that coincides with our salvation. So we're looking forward to it. We bring these things out because this place going down means that our salvation is nigh. So every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And a house divided against a house falleth. Because there's no kind of cooperation. There's no kind of order, no organization. You make rules and people, they don't agree with those rules. They want to change it. So now they're doing their own thing. It causes confusion. So this place is on its way out. It's spiraling down the drain right now. And this is Isaiah 19:4. Of course, if you watch the Apostles to Heart, he probably mentions this on a weekly basis. But we're seeing Trump basically in action play this verse out. Isaiah 19 verse 4, and the Egyptians, these Americans, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and that's Trump, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And why is this man a cruel Lord, a fierce king? Because of his decrees, his unrighteous decrees, actually, in which I'll end off with that verse. This is Isaiah 10 verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. I'll read verse 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's their whole agenda, to come down on the Israelites, to keep us in a low place. But the point being, it says, woe, meaning destruction, unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And that's what your cruel Lord is doing, your fierce king is doing, putting in action or passing all these different laws that are unrighteous. And now you have all these people upset about it, to the point where the Trump administration is saying, look, we gotta get after even people in our own government, man. These Democrats, nah. These judges, nah. These different state attorney generals and prosecutors, they're going against the things that we're saying, the laws that we're trying to bring forth. Let's deem them as terrorists. Let's throw them in jail. Yeah, that's a kingdom divided against itself. Now, just because they're doing these things and you have these different so-called Democrats speaking out against Trump, it doesn't make them a good person. If they're an Edomite, well, guess what? That makes the scriptures come to life even more. That Satan divided against himself. But anyway, that's it. Lord willing, a point was made. Not going to make this too long. You see this place is going down. All we have to do is remain faithful, because the closer we get to World War III and this place's destruction, the closer that means we are to our salvation. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Machakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.